Other stories we think you should know about today include one of Australia's most powerful union leaders. The Australian Workers' Union's National Secretary Dan Walton has today stood down from his position. Walton's time has been characterised by his strong support to develop nuclear energy in Australia and for the support of the gas industry as a way of maintaining manufacturing jobs in Australia. In some people's eyes, Walton was a rising star in Labor ranks, and where he heads next remains a bit of a mystery. But his predecessor in that role, Paul Howes, was on a similar political trajectory until he joined KPMG, where today he's the National Managing Partner for Enterprise. Today, at a budget function for the Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I caught up with the Treasurer, Jim Chalmers, and asked him about Dan Walton's move.
Oh, well, Dan Walton's a terrific guy. He's someone I've worked really closely with. He understands the national economy and the place of Australian workers in it. I spoke to him this morning about it. I'd rather he didn't leave. Frankly, I think he's one of the better leaders in the broader Australian community. I'll miss him in that role, but he's a friend of mine despite his support for the Sharks, and we'll continue to be friends. But it's a big loss to the AWU and to the Labor movement more broadly. He's someone I've got a mountain of respect for. And it's a shame to see him go.
It was always thought he'd make an ideal Labor politician.
Oh, he would, but he would make an ideal. He would do an ideal job of whatever he turned his mind to. I mean, he is genuinely, one of the really enlightened leaders in our broader Australian community. He's been wonderful for the AWU. He's been someone whose advice I've relied on really heavily over a long period of time now. I talk to him incredibly regularly, including today. And I'm really sad to see him go.
OK, just one last one, and that is you talked here about the reform of Paul Keating and your admiration for that. We've seen glimpses of it so far. Is it really going into the next election that we see that really the rubber hit the road, as it were?
Oh, we're ambitious for Australia and we're ambitious for the Australian economy, and what we've been able to do in this budget is lay the foundations for future growth and prosperity, to get the budget in much more sustainable footing at the same time as we recognise that we can make the most of these big shifts in our economy, the energy transformation, technology, adapting and adopting technology, getting the skills mix right, getting migration right, the changes in our industrial composition. All of these things are absolutely crucial to whether or not we succeed or fail in the defining decade ahead. We made some good progress in our first two budgets and there's more work to do. Thanks, Ross.